Good afternoon, parents. My name is James Bertone. I'm a health teacher at West Hill High School. This semester, I will be teaching DTLA health classes. First, let me start by showing you the syllabus for Health 1. Health 1 is a graduation requirement. Health 2 is a graduation requirement. What I'm showing you right here is the document the students would have received if they were in class. Okay, at West Hill and Stanford High School, I know I have students from both schools. The curriculum is exactly the same. So my name is right here at the top, Mr. Bertone. I would have been in room 500. This is my city email. I'm going to pass over the class requirements for 1 second. I'm going to go to the actual syllabus. For a couple of weeks, I'm going to focus on the topic of your health, your responsibility. Okay, specifically, I'm going to talk about the responsibility of keeping yourself physically healthy, mentally healthy, emotionally healthy, socially healthy, and spiritually healthy. I am also going to focus heavily on self-esteem. We're going to talk about why people feel the way they feel about themselves, all the things in their life that went into the formation of their self-esteem. We are also going to talk about decision-making skills, the consequences of actions, being able to plan ahead appropriately for a positive outcome. We will talk about mindfulness. We will talk about resiliency, being able to think about exactly how you feel in a moment, being able to bounce back from a difficult situation. We will also talk about the effects of stress and anxiety, the effects of stress on the body physically, the effects on the body emotionally. This has been a particularly difficult year, so I am going to focus heavily on depression and anxiety. That has been a very serious issue for teenagers and adults since March. So we'll talk about the effects of stress, emotion regulation, how to deal with anger, how to deal with depression, how to deal with anxiety. We will talk about distress tolerance, which goes along with stress management. We will talk about anxiety and teen depression, suicide prevention. Unfortunately, suicide is the second leading cause of death for teenagers in this country. So I am going to discuss all the symptoms of clinical depression, such as loss of interest in activities, feeling hopeless, helpless, and worthless, isolation, crying for no reason, and it might actually have a reason. So we will ultimately discuss how to recognize these symptoms and, more importantly, how to get help. Okay. I told your children they could email me anytime they need to. They have access to school psychologists and social workers, even though they are on the DTLA program. They still have access to their guidance counselors, and the social workers at Stanford High School and West Hill High School are still available to them. We will talk about understanding death and grief. We will talk about how long it takes to get over a difficult situation, whether it be weeks, months, and the long-term effects. And I want to focus also on the ability to recover, which goes back to resiliency. The most important thing is, after a loss, does a person still have plans for the future and goals for themselves? Okay. Another major issue is substance abuse. We will talk about all different kinds of illegal drugs, all different kinds of prescription drugs, the addictive nature of both. We will talk a lot about alcohol and alcoholism, the extremely negative effects of electronic cigarettes on the lungs and all tobacco products, and the addiction to nicotine. We will talk about relationships, peer mediation, communication, bullying, cyberbullying, dating relationships. We will talk about all the characteristics of healthy relationships versus unhealthy relationships. Specifically, one of the most important things is checking in with a person. Okay. If a person is in a relationship, that partner does not act like overbearing and act like a parent. Okay. You would not want your child checking in every half an hour with their partner. Okay. These are some of the aspects of unhealthy relationships. We'll talk about safe dates, how to safely get out of a situation. We can take this to another level of talking about date rape drugs, GHB, and Rohypnol, safe use of social media, sexual harassment and sexual assault, the different legal categories, the difference between them. Okay, so these are the topics that we're going to talk about. The grading, I will adjust a little bit accordingly to at-home learning. I will focus on classwork and class participation. Okay, so I know a lot of people are keeping their webcams off. So I encourage the parents to encourage your children to keep the webcams on so I could see who's actually paying attention and focused. We will do projects. They will turn in Google slide presentations. We will do take-home tests, but we will focus a lot on classwork and really on a lot of class discussion. There will be no final. There will be no midterm due to COVID. So let me show you the DTLA handbook in this tab right here. We are required to go live 50% of the time. Okay, it says 50% synchronous and 50% asynchronous. So I will go live every other day. If there is any confusion about when I am going live, I will post it in the stream of my Google Classroom. So for instance, here is my Health 1, Period 1 class, 8:25 to 8:10. Here is the link for the Google, the Meet link, and they just hit this at 7:25. And if they are confused about whether it's a live day or just working in the classwork section day, I will have posted that in the stream. Okay, so I will type here every afternoon, every morning. This is a live day. This is a day to work on your own classwork. Okay, so today was a live day. Today is Thursday, the 24th. Monday would have been a live day, but since that's a holiday, we will go live again on Tuesday. And then every other day, then we'll go live on the next Thursday after that. Okay, so during the live sections, I'm going to interact with every single student. I'm going to take attendance in Power School. Okay, so I will go through every student's name. I'm going to try to get to know every single student that I have. Okay, if you bear with me 1 second, this will load up, and each morning I will sign into Power School, and I will call out the names for attendance. I will say good morning. I'll make sure students are awake. I'll make sure they're interactive. And if I make any mistakes, I know people have webcam problems, internet problems, microphone problems. So if I do make any mistakes with attendance, please just let me know. So my goal here, even though it is over the computer, I really want to make a connection with each and every one of your children. Okay, I don't just want to talk to an empty screen. I really want to be able to get to know each of them just as I would have been able to in class. And that's only going to happen if they keep their webcams on and I know they're paying attention. Okay, so they have their Google Meet link. I will take attendance. We will discuss our topics for 45 minutes every other day. Now, here is the classwork section on Google Classroom. So under the document section, here's the class syllabus here. So people turned it in. They didn't need to. Here's the classwork section. Okay, so far I've posted 2 assignments. Intro to Health questions. So I posted that as a Google Doc. So you can see here I've graded 20. 10 more were assigned that didn't complete it yet. 3 more turned it in. I still need to grade. The next assignment was assessing personal wellness. So you can see, for instance, here I graded 6, 19 more turned it in, and 8 more still have to complete it under the assigned section. So, for instance, that was due at 7 o'clock this morning. So this category will change. It'll either say classwork, it'll say test, it will say project. Okay, I will post a lot of documents just for the students to look at. So, for instance, under the assessing personal wellness document, if that opens up, this is a picture of a worksheet that I would have photocopied and given in class. So what I did was I took a picture of it, posted it to the Google Classroom, and retyped it into a Google Doc. Then they can complete their own Google Doc and turn that in for a grade. So the Google Classroom, they will have a grade in there, and they will also have a grade in Power School. Ultimately, the grade in Power School will determine the grade for the semester. Okay. Um, so again, let me just reiterate, we will go live every other day. And we don't have specific color codings. I will post in the stream when we were going live. I will post in the stream when it's the day to work on their own. Again, I'm going to try to get to know every single student that logs in. So all the classwork will be in the Google Classroom. And please feel free to contact me anytime you need to, either at the Stanford CT or you can contact me directly at James Bertone at stanfordpublicschools.org. And please, I'm available anytime to assist you with any help that you need. And I really hope that your children stay safe and have a good semester, and hopefully they have a good experience with the Distance Learning and Teaching Academy. Okay, thank you very much. Bye.